I wrote an if statement, which creates a variable called day, and then asks the user what day of the week it is. And then here I am setting day to whatever they answered, and then tells them whether that day is a school day, if it's Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, or it tells them it's the weekend if it's some other day. So if I run this, it's going to be very exciting. And let's say I say it's Friday. That's always a good day. As Friday is a school day. And you can see that I used a bunch of if statements. Well, I'm going to write this a couple of different ways, and I think it's going to improve the code each time. So I hope you hang in there to the end. And let me just say one thing about having a bunch of if statements like this. A bunch of if statements should be avoided unless you specifically want more than one thing to potentially happen. That's a funny way of saying it, but in other words, when I ask a user what day it is, it's only possible that it's going to be one of these days. I only want one of these things to actually happen, not more than one. All right, I'm going to use if else if statements in just a moment. So here I modified the code a little bit, and it's quite similar to what I had before, except I used the if block and just click the right arrow, and that creates else if statements. So I clicked a whole bunch of else if statements, and then just copied the day and so forth, and copied the the output statements in there as well. Well, this is a little bit more efficient. The code is a little bit smaller for one thing. And the other thing is programmers prefer to use else ifs if they can. And an if else if statement works so that as soon as one of them is true, let's say the day happens to be Thursday, so it would check if is it Monday? If it was, it would say this. Else, in other words, otherwise, check the next case, otherwise check the next case, otherwise check the next case. And as soon as one of these Boolean conditions is true, for example, if day equal Thursday, it would say this statement right here, and then it would exit the if else if block. So that runs a little bit more efficiently. It's also a little bit more clear what it is that I'm trying to do. All right, I'm going to modify this just a little bit more. I'm going to add one more else if. Now, if the box is checked to the right like that, as opposed to the left, it means this condition will be true. So I'm going to paste, let's see, and hopefully this will make sense. I'm going to paste something in here. And I'm going to say is not a day. So if it's Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday or Sunday, it'll say one of these things. Else, if it's none of those, it will now say whatever it is not a day. And you can make that happen. This is a little bit different than in most programming languages. In most other programming languages, you would just have the word else at the end. Well, in Snap, they have you say else if true. In other words, if nothing else is true, this last case is going to be true. So if I run it and type in, let's say, the day of the week is pizza, it says pizza is not a day. All right, I'm going to modify it just one more way, so hang in there. So here I wrote it one last way, and it's certainly a shorter piece of code. It's debatable. Is it more efficient? I mean, maybe a little bit. But here I got it down to just if, else if, and then my last else if always true. This is really, again, think of this as just else. In every other case, it'll say this. So here I have an or statement. If it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it'll say it's a school day. Else if it's Saturday or Sunday. And of course, you know how to use or blocks. It'll say it's the weekend. Else it'll say that's not a day. So maybe this is my favorite way of writing the code. But anyway, I wanted you to have a look at a few different ways of writing if, else, if statements. All right, thanks for watching.